Hi mate, can I have a pint of the black stuff and a pint of lager, please? Yeah, Jim.
Cheers.
Get your laughing gear right now.
Got that.
Cheers, buddy. Nice to meet you, finally.
I know, you too. I'm just happy to be invited out, to be honest.
Well, you've got a young kiddie, haven't you?
2 young kids.
2? How old?
Yeah, so Margot's about to turn 4 and Jess is about to turn 2, so it's...
Good luck.
Yeah, it's chaos. I haven't slept since 2021.
But what you do is kind of new media,
Right.
Being on the internet and YouTube and all that, and creating a following, which is really important.
Right.
So you've obviously tapped into something, and kind of my background, I would say, dare I say, is a little bit more traditional with broadcast media. Right. How did it start? What did you do? Because have you always been a model? Have you always been into fashion?
God, no, I was really unattractive. No, like, seriously, you should see pictures. Puberty was really unkind. I fell into this totally by accident. My big sisters had started doing the internet at the very, very big dawn of time, actually. They're both makeup artists. And a friend of theirs asked them how to do a smoky eye look or something. And so my big sister was like, I'm really pregnant, I can't get to you to show you, I'm going to film it, post it online.
Oh, wow.
So she did, and a few people watched. Not loads, but enough for her to go, this is a fun hobby. There's a little tiny community of like 12 people watching, and I'm too pregnant to do anything else, so why not? So I started making content.
Which was what?
Well, at the time it was, I thought that makeup was all you could do online. So I was doing like the men's equivalent. I was doing like hairstyling or like grooving or how to shave.
Right.
Bearing in mind I could
Nice.
barely grow a beard at the time.
So were you always someone that people followed for the way you dress, the way you behave, the content you create, the topics that you covered, you know, the locations that you were in? What do you think was your IP at the time?
I think there's nothing special about me at all. I think it was right place, right time. The internet was ready for people like us.
Yeah.
It could have been my next door neighbour, it happened to be me. But I also think I was the right guy. Fashion stuff kind of came a bit later. I say later, like fairly early on in my journey, but it wasn't like I was educated in it.
With everything that you've learned and working with GQ and all the social media stuff, how does that influence, encourage is a better word, encourage people to try and expand their fashion wearability for clothes? Because it is intimidating. You know, you don't want to be the bad apple in the barrel when it comes to, you know, groups of mates when you're going out. You don't want to be the one that's laughed at. But how can you make a statement, look cool, carry off a bit of confidence, but yet make your mates go, pretty decent?
Being understated, knowing the rules of your silhouette. So like, I'm tall and slim, I know where my waist is, and I emphasize that because I've got fairly big shoulders, and so for me, pretty simple, cut myself in half where my waist is, right? These trousers are great for that. These are linen, but they've got a turn up at the bottom, so they hang really nice, got enough weight down there to kind of keep them fairly straight. This shirt, again, great Cuban collar, which is a really nice, it opens up nicely on here. It is linen, so you need to iron it after it wear. But like, it's effortless, right? So I think for a lot of guys, it's not necessarily about suddenly reinventing yourself. It's about understanding your body, your physique, your sort of silhouette, and knowing the rules. Basically, most of the stuff I wear has elements of tailoring to it, even if it's jeans.
Right.
They come, I make sure I get them altered so they fit nicely, right? And so
see, that's something that people wouldn't realise you can do.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got my jeans tailored. Really? Where'd you get that done?
Yeah, I just get them taken in a bit at the waist if I need to, and it's really simple. Doesn't cost much money, and it's such a small change. And also, most of what I wear is pretty timeless, right? And so
classics.
So I know that I can kind of pick 2 things out of my wardrobe pretty much at random.
Yeah. How often do you change? Do you go seasonal? Do you have kind of?
Where?
Because fellas are like, right, I'm going on holiday. I need shorts. I need t-shirts. I need something for going out in.
Yeah, I mean, yes, because I want to dress appropriately. If I'm wearing heavy stuff and I'm boiling, then it's uncomfortable. But even so, the rules are pretty much the same. Obviously, you've got more layering in autumn, winter, and so things are a bit heavier. But for the most part, the rules are kind of similar. You just change the weight of the fabric and maybe the colours and the patterns.
Are you a brands person?
Yeah, I buy really loyally.
Right. So let me ask you then, because this is the one thing that confused me.
Right.
When I spent 2 years modelling, is that your big couture brands, they do the couture and they're supposed to raise the bar.
Yeah.
And then you watch the shows and you participate in that, and you think there's no way that Dave in Sunderland is going to wear this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you can explain, because I think it's really important that you do, is where is the crossover between high-end fashion, which kind of sets the standard and says, right, this is this season's look, and then being accessible, having accessibility to the latest trend.
For me, it comes to cost per wear.
Right.
So if I'm gonna buy a big T-shirt with a massive logo on it,
a statement T-shirt,
right, I can wear it once or twice. Whereas if I can wear this countless times because it's plain, simple, clean, classic, right?
Yeah.
So typically the big statement pieces you pay a lot more money for, and you wear them much less, like for a season or so, right? So if you were to look through my wardrobe, you'd be hard pushed to find a logo.
Who are your key influences?
I love sort of 50s and 60s, so gorgeous tailoring, or like great leather and denim, like right up my street. Really clean, really crisp, really simple. But my aesthetic, I'm less bothered by people in particular, and more just by the vibe. Every
gentleman surely should have a classic look in his wardrobe, no?
Yeah, I think classic is the way to go. It's classic for a reason, like in the same way that a lot of cliches are cliches for a reason, because they were.
Right, well, let's strip this down then.
Yeah.
Let's give people scenarios, all right? Because this is what we do. We work hard in the week.
Yeah.
We go out Friday night with our partner, maybe the other way around. Saturday night might be with partner, Friday night with your mates. All right, just give me 2 outfits, all right, that we need, and I'm going to give you some scenarios.
Yeah.
Firstly, the scenario where, in my opinion, gentlemen of our age, kids, lads, blokes of our age, dress terribly. The horse racing.
Yeah.
Brown shoes,
Yeah.
blue suit.
Yeah.
How can we switch it up?
For one thing, those suits typically fit terribly. So first thing you need to do is make sure the fit's right.
Right.
Which is actually more simple than you might think.
Just explain to us, because getting a suit off the peg, it's very easy. But like you say, everyone's bodies are different.
Yeah.
So you get that suit, and you might be a 42 regular.
Yeah.
But a 42 regular for you might be different to the next person who picks up a 42 regular.
Yeah, and also a 42 regular in a skinny fit is very different to a 42 regular in a relaxed fit. Right?
So how do we fit that suit?
Go middle ground. I think that sometimes fashion is a reaction to what's just happened, and so people do the opposite. At the moment, we're wearing really loose jeans.
I was going to say, hence why we've got a wide leg and not a skinny leg.
And actually, the answer is a tailored leg, right? Because it suits most people.
Right.
Just to have clean, crisp. Obviously, we've all got personal taste and personal style, and some people will prefer a wider, skinnier, whatever. But to please the masses, for the most part, you want to be in the middle.
So we've done suits. Get a suit off the shelf. Go and get it tailored.
Yeah.
Take it to your local alteration centre shop. Usually in the laundrette.
Yeah.
Friday night out with your mates.
Yeah.
You want to dress great.
Yeah.
How can we make a statement without standing out?
Again, it comes down to, I think, simplicity. I think sometimes people try to make a statement by doing too much.
Explain doing too much.
So, loads of jewellery, big sunglasses or big logos.
Over-accessorised.
There's too much going on.
Yeah. I class going out with my mates as an occasion.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't wear, Jordans, for example, are very popular. Were very popular. I wouldn't wear them.
No, but you could wear something like a Samba. Something which are kind of cool, elegant, pretty sleek.
See, I wouldn't, because everyone's got them on.
Oh yeah, they do.
I'd like to walk in somewhere where no one's got something on. So I'd wear like an old school desert boot.
Yeah, great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, and that is a really good option if you don't want to go overly formal.
Yeah. And finally, it's date night.
Right.
Married or courting.
Yeah.
As Gladys, my mum would say. You want to look great, obviously. You want to smell great. You want to look fresh, clean. How do you get that fine balance between sexy, cool, understated?
Date nights are really lovely for us because we get to actually put some effort in.
Yeah.
My go-to is some element of tailoring for the most part, even if it's just separate, so trousers and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Or I might wear jeans and a suit jacket. Or I really like mixing matching suits, so I'll take the jacket from one and trousers from another.
So basically, to summarise quickly those 3 scenarios, there's a tailoring piece in each.
Yeah.
Each scenario that I gave you. Get it tuned and dialed into yourself, and you can mix and match either the trousers or a jacket both separate with a t-shirt. Very good advice, Jimmy boy.
Simple.
Love that.
Right.
Now, on your fashion journey,
Yeah.
you know that there's a great responsibility on your shoulders with
Right.
the content that you create and working for GQ. You must have made some boo-boos.
Oh God, yeah, loads. I mean, prior to this, I used to wear my sister's hand-me-downs. Right, women's jeans don't fit the same way, but especially back then. This was like we were talking like early 2000s. I know a lot of men wear women's jeans now, right, and actually they are often cut in a way that's much more forgiving. Back then, the rise was so low because do you remember like Christina Aguilera in that sort of cut?
Yeah.
So I remember wearing
In the
pair
Dirty
of,
video.
yeah, I remember wearing some boot cuts. More recently, since doing this job, I generally don't follow trends. I think style.
I love that.
Style is eternal. Fashion is seasonal, right?
Yeah.
And that's an attitude I've always had because my mum kind of brought me up that way. She used to be a personal shopper in the shop that she worked in.
Amazing.
And so if you look at my stuff going backwards in order, you'll see that the rules are much the same, but it just looks worse.
Right.
Because I haven't quite got the rules yet.
Yeah.
You know.
Once you start to build your kind of capsule collection, your own personal collection of
Yeah.
clothes, your wardrobe,
Yeah.
basically, is what I'm trying to say. It becomes addictive.
Yeah.
And then you want to be on trend.
Yeah.
What do we do? Where do we find out what's going to hit next? Because we sometimes want to be ahead of the curve.
I think traditional press is still a really good place to find that stuff. But also, the internet rarely gets it wrong. There's enough people making the content, and if you are in that algorithm, the algorithm serves you what you want to see. So it will show you what's coming.
Wow. Well, Jim, the landlord is called Last Orders. Pal, lovely to see you.
You too. Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Hey, joy.